So I just want to thank you guys for coming out and joining our call. A few of you, raise your hands if it's your first time on the call, right? Who's on the first time on the call? Wow, there's a few of you. Nice. Yay. Thank you for coming out. This is a monthly call, and it's done the fourth Monday night of every single month, and it is free for anyone to try us out, and it's really for people to ask questions about our community, to meet some of the members that are already on the line, to ask questions not only to me, but to other people that are already partaking in what the community is all about and what we do and where people are from. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the organization. You can ask questions, you can raise hands, I can see you. Because there's only 12 of us, I can see you if you raise your hand. And we can ask questions. We will go around and everyone can introduce themselves and say a little bit. And that's pretty much it. It's really just kind of a friendly meet and greet. For when we meet in person, we do it exactly the same way. Our organization, though, has gotten so large at this point that I cannot travel. So I do it this way, and especially when a lot of people have new questions or they want to meet me, or just to kind of keep it easy, we do these once a month. So that's what this is. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about us, a little bit about me and what we're trying to do here. I am Camille Miller, and I am the founder and the executive director of the Natural Life Business Partnership. We are a professional organization for holistic, spiritual, and earth-centered business owners. We're trying to raise the bar of professionalism within our industry, so we're not really looked at as those woo-hoo kind of people, although some people do embrace that, but to be really looked at as a serious piece of our healing world, but also just about who we are. Right. The interesting part about starting this organization, we are coming on 3 years now, so I'm really, really excited. I really thought it was going to be holistic healers mostly, but we have such a wide range of people that have joined the community from all over. We have members from Massachusetts through Maryland at this point, a big chunk in Florida. We are starting California. We just got our first two. So now we can say we're coast to coast. And we're starting to fill in. Last January is when we rolled out nationally. So we are starting to fill that all in. We are going to change a little bit this year, but I'll talk to you a little bit about how. Most of it's because I'm not traveling as much anymore. But part of our community is really about raising the bar of professionalism, but really helping each other with whatever their natural business is. And that's defined by you. We don't define it. You always know if you belong in the community or not. It's really a tribe. We're here to help each other, to answer questions, to celebrate successes, to talk about frustrations. And we do it in a really, really supportive way. In the 3 years that I have been doing this, there has been no fighting, no competition, no, I don't like that person, or they're shoving their stuff in my face. It is a very different and very unique organization. And it's really here just to support each other in exactly who we are, being our total authentic selves all the time. More than half of our members are doctors, and those are PhDs, MDs, NDs, DOs, whatever else is out there. But we have really interesting members as well. We have your regular healers and yoga masters and the Reiki, the crystal healers. We have all of those, but we also have the wellness center owners, but we also have attorneys. In fact, we have one with us tonight. You'll learn who that is later. We have attorneys, we have architects, we have financial planners, we have website designers, and other people that when I started the organization, I didn't realize that they would all be a part of it, but it's so much better with them because they are being their authentic self just from a different industry. And they're able to really talk about who they are. Like, for instance, our architect is Platinum LEED certified and only puts sustainable products in homes and the things that he builds. We have a website designer that works for natural healers. So the way we attract people is much different. So the way a website looks is much different. We have financial planners that only work with socially responsible companies. So that's some of the people that we're attracting. If you want to learn more about our membership, you can also go to our YouTube channel where we do our member spotlights. But part of what we do is we have an online community, which is on Facebook. It's obviously unlisted, and it's just for our members, but it's 24/7, and we really just talk about, what do you need? I don't know how to do this. Can someone teach me? Hey, I'm in this town today. Does someone want to meet for coffee? I'm struggling with this. For the last 60 days now, we're actually having, the last quarter of the year, we do what's called our 90-day business challenge. Who on the line is on that challenge? Yay, Mary Ellen. Which is really about setting goals and getting momentum going. We have experts come in to talk about promotional marketing and speaking and book writing. Actually, we have a lawyer coming on talking about business, starting up businesses and your general questions. So that's coming on. And then in January, we're all meeting in Philadelphia for a business intensive with me. So there's some of the things we do. We have Monday morning calls, not every Monday, 2 Mondays a month, the first and third Monday of a month. It's called What Works, What Doesn't, and Why, which I call it my entrepreneur's frustration line, where we just celebrate what's working. We talk about what's not. The last call was really a lot of fun because I've kept notes for 3 years on what everyone's been doing. And I was able to go back, because it was a smaller call, I was able to go back and tell everyone where they were a year ago. So it was really nice to see the growth that everyone had been doing without even realizing, because sometimes as entrepreneurs, there's no one else to talk to. We struggle in ourselves. We get down on ourselves. And it's the little things. It's the daily struggle of, what should I do today? What makes me money? I'm really having trouble in this area and I don't know what to do. And it's really about us coming together and just giving everyone a leg up and saying, hey, how can I help you? And that's really the beauty of this organization, is it's always, how can I help you? How can I help you? We do meet in person in some areas, not all areas. We're always looking for coordinators to coordinate areas like Katona, New York, but all over, where we have coffee coordinators and regional leaders that just help bring everyone together. We have our morning coffees where we do the in-person, and every month we have a topic. The second Wednesday of every month, I actually do that topic here on Zoom live, and it is recorded. We have an entire library of resources of all recorded materials for the last 3 years that any member can access. And we have 2 strands of actual podcasts and videos for our member library as well. But we do the coffees, and whatever that topic of the month is, I do with you. I also do the What Works, What Doesn't, and Why. We also have an author's, the Writer's Roundtable. And we have subjects of the month for people that want to learn to write a book or self-publish. And we have that roundtable. So different specialties spin off and do their own little masterminds. We have one just for doctors, a business forum, because we found out that doctors that were joining us were really leaving the American Medical Association and leaving larger hospitals and other areas, coming over to us. And we're struggling a bit with, how do I not accept insurance, or how do I explain what I do, or how do I do this new model? So we got them their own coach to kind of help them pull through. The biggest question I get is, who am I and how did I start this? So I'm just going to do it briefly. I had a background in strategic planning for nonprofits. In 2011, I was hired by a local organization to help with organic agricultural systems. It was backed by a USDA grant, and I was the CEO of the state of New Jersey. But I later became president of the entire Northeast with, I believe it was 7 states under me, and I got to work in Washington and this state of New Jersey, honestly, but also in Washington on the GMO labeling bill, fighting against Monsanto in the whole glyphosate debacle. And I actually loved that job and what I did and what I learned. I started working on my doctorate in natural health science as I started to learn everything. But the most important thing is I started to really learn all the businesses that were in this holistic world, not just the food and agriculture. I became a national speaker against genetically modified food, but not just food and agriculture, but all of the healers. And I just learned that once you kind of put your toe, it's like a swimming, right? You put your toe in the water, you're kind of going for that whole swim in this lifestyle. In 2015, they actually defunded the entire program that was backed by the USDA, and it was really, really sad. I had to let a staff of 15 go. But then after that, I really just wanted to work in a world where I was helping people that I believed in my own lifestyle, and my background was business. So I decided to create community within the holistic realm to be recognized as a community, as actual professionals, and to have a voice and change things in Washington, which I would love to go back and change things in Washington, and really work on public policy. It was first, we need to build a community of people that all believe in the same thing and want the same thing, and say, look, we're actually a professional organization. So I started with creating this. And this was launched in 2016, actually in the state of Pennsylvania, then the state of New Jersey. We have since moved to Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, Florida, and all around. So that's, in a nutshell, a little bit about us and our organization. Does anyone have any questions? So hi, David. I just saw that you joined us. Hi. So what I'd love to do is go around and hear from all of you who you are. I'm going to let our members go first. But if you are a member, I also would like you to kind of tell the other people that are on the line, because we have a lot of newer people, what you get from the organization, how it's helped you, and anything that I might have forgotten. Because I talk about it all the time. I also want to say that, and David, seeing you made me realize is that I don't go to all of the stuff that's around anymore. We actually have regional leaders and coffee coordinators in the different states that do that for us. David is one of the ones from Red Bank, New Jersey, who lead different areas for me. The leaders meet with me and we talk once a month, and we try to keep the momentum of the organization going and how we're going to move forward. Where we used to meet a lot in person, this particular new year, we're doing a lot online, and we're starting to do retreats and intensives that you'll see roll out over the next year. Because as we're growing, I just can't keep up with it anymore, to be honest with you. And I like kind of knowing who everybody is. So we're just going to do it in a little bit of a different way. So if you guys are good, I'm going to have you all introduce yourselves. David, I'm going to start with you because you're a leader. And I know you love it. Why don't you introduce yourself? Wait, let me unmute you.
I got it.
There we go. All right. So I unmuted everybody. So David, you can start.
First of all, good evening, everyone. I apologize for being late. I have another call every Monday night, so wasn't able to get here as quickly as I would. So I apologize for being late, but it sounds like I came in at a good time. Good evening. I am from Red Bank, New Jersey, and my business is being part of the global expansion team for a natural health science company called ASEA Cellular Health. The company's resources focus on how the body, or how every cell in the body, communicates renewal and therefore health at its fundamental or most basic level. And of course, replenishing this clarity can benefit a range of different health issues, including physical discomfort and repair or aging issues. A good phrase I like to use, which I heard just recently, is that when you know what you're dealing with, you can deal with anything. And that applies to life, business, relationships, and of course, the health of every cell in the body. I do this because 30 years ago, I was given some medications that caused some big problems for me for about 10 years. And about 20 years ago, I said enough and essentially healed myself with diet and lifestyle, and have committed myself to help as many people avoid the negative effects of medications and other nasty treatments that perhaps cause us more harm than good. I joined a Natural Life business partnership because I get to come to events and calls like this and share things that I've learned, and also learn new things that I've never heard of. And I can talk about anything from energy to nutrition to every modality I've ever tried to help heal myself and not feel like people are looking at me cross-eyed. So I love coming to a place where I can speak with my tribe and enjoy learning and helping as many people as possible.
Thank you. Who wants to go next? How about Mary Ellen? Why don't you go next?
Okay, sure. Hi, can you hear me okay?
I can.
I'm Mary Ellen. I'm a holistic health coach. I work with individuals one-on-one. You know, I also work with groups virtually and in person. I got into health coaching because I had been teaching Weight Watchers for about 10 years, and I just saw the same roller coaster that people were on. And I knew there was something better for health. I myself had gone through all the diet phases, you know, low fat and aspartame and no sugar and all that.
Right.
Ruined my gut, leaky gut. Just bad health from all that. So I attended the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in 2013, and I've been a health coach since then. And I run a couple of things. I run an elimination diet program. I do a spring cleanse, a fall detox. I also am working with my local YMCA. I'm their lifestyle coach for their new diabetes prevention program. And what else? I guess I'm new to the group. I just joined in October. I did join the 90-day challenge and have exceeded my goals and set higher goals. And I just feel like I have a renewed fire under me as a result of being part of this group. As Camille said before, you know, if we're single entrepreneurs, you know, we're doing this by ourselves. And having a group to support you and push you and challenge you is just a game changer entirely. So was there anything else, Camille?
No, that's good. Thank you.
Okay.
Who wants to go next? Nicole, you're right above her in my screen, so why don't you go next? Oh, wait, I can't hear you. Hold on. All right, try again. I can't hear you.
She might be muted on her end.
I think you're muted on your end because I've unmuted you on this end. And I heard you before when you came
Hold on
on.
a second.
There you are. I can hear you now.
I had to change my audio input device.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
It's my first Zoom call ever. Yeah, I know. It's a personal experience. So, hello. Hi, I'm Nicole, and I have been aware of and sort of a part of this organization since it formed, but I have not been able to take full use of it. And I'm interested in figuring out how I can better utilize the organization. Part of the reason for that is not because it isn't absolutely fantastic, but because I'm an attorney, and it's a challenging profession in terms of holistic living. I consider myself a very spiritual, nature-based, earth-based person. My background before was ecology and biology. And I have used the services of people like all of you for years to try to cope with my high stress levels. And it's been a goal of mine to move my practice in two directions. One being to make it part-time and have some of my other side businesses that do involve writing and support for caregivers and publishing, to get those side businesses more time so that I can be part of my authentic self and contribute more to the spiritual natural world. And then for my practice to move that towards being something that has stronger reins on the work-life balance so it can truly be part-time. And then I really want to be an attorney to the innovators and the progressive people. I want to be able to pick my clients and just work for the people who are doing the things that I really strongly believe in are amazing products. Some of my clients include farmers who have really amazing operations going on, farmers who are providing produce for restaurants in the cities, and progressive businesses generally. And the only reason why it's not all that I do is because I also do other things like evictions and, I represent businesses, which I love, but just, you'd have a full book of work and it keeps you busy doing things that are just not as compelling to me spiritually and emotionally as the kind of work that I think we all have as like-minded interests. So I'm here to just continue to expand my network and to, as a commitment to trying to stay in my authentic self. Law is really good at pulling you into bringing out worst parts of self. So I like the accountability of an organization like this. And then additionally, I do have those side businesses. So that entrepreneur's frustration call is something that rings very true to me because, you can't quit your day job type of thing. I'm much happier when I'm writing and creating and helping build networks and work with people who are just living from the heart. So that's why I'm here.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next? Keri, you want to go? Wait, let me unmute you. There you go.
Am I unmuted now?
You're good.
Okay. Hi, I'm Keri Copper. I'm a holistic psychotherapist. I specialize with teenagers, and I really look at more than just a symptom, but I look at their entire lifestyle as well. Along with being a licensed clinical social worker, I also have a degree from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and I'm also certified in hypnotherapy as well. I'm up in Bergen County. I'm in Ramsey, New Jersey. And I think it's been almost a year that I've been part of this organization now. And what I really get from it is that it holds you accountable to your goals. And it also really gives you some great information. So I try at the end of every month to kind of mark down a day where I'm going to look at the next month and see what activities and phone calls are coming up and schedule everything. That way I constantly stay connected because it's really helped me to focus.
Excellent. Thank you. Are you doing the dinner Thursday night?
I can't. I have a cheer banquet for my daughter.
I get it.
Unless I'll be there.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sara, how about you? Wait, let me unmute you. Unmute. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
This is my first Zoom with you guys, but I met you a few months ago at Dr. Kailash, his office in Golden Bridge, where I've been working with him this year. And I have a healing center in Katona, New York, and I've been doing energy healing since the 60s. So I've been doing all kinds of shamanic and healing work. And then I moved into doing couples and family therapy to combine. So I have a center where I do a lot of different kinds of work. And I'm all about the tribe. I've been creating and generating that kind of community around me for 45 years. And a few years ago, I was in a car accident, so I backed off a little bit. And I was doing a lot of work internationally with an organization that had that same concept, but it didn't have that same feeling. So I left that because I really didn't like the values, and I wanted real collaboration and people to all bring out the best in each other. So I was really backed off from everything, and I've been doing small collaborations with other healers and other people around the country, helping them start centers. But I've come home to just kind of nest here, and I have another healer working out of my house, but I really want to rebuild community. And I'm so happy to see Shira. And I met tons of people that I knew from the past at that meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be really willing to work to get things moving in this area, because I feel like we really need to stand together, to work together, to help each other find the right people who need the work we each do. And I have always done that, but I kind of let go of it for a few years, doing it in large groups.
Right.
And so I was a little tentative about reconnecting to a bigger group of people, but I kept feeling really drawn to come into this. And I loved your first meeting. And I look forward to getting to know others and seeing the ways we can support each other to expand. I'm in the midst of creating some really big projects that will take me into some big work, but right now, at least for the next 6 months or so, I really want to just connect with people right here in this area or invite more people in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been living very kind of close and doing a lot of personal work and building my practice, mostly with couples and in businesses, doing mediation, using healing things in different settings to see what would happen, mostly just for fun.
Excellent.
Looking forward to building connections that are meaningful, as I had that for many, many years, and then needed to allow a lot of things to dissolve. And I have only around me, someone said this earlier, I only work with clients that I love. I only allow people in my healing space who have the same value and care for each other. So it's a different time. I'm not trying to make it bigger anymore. I really only want to contribute where I'm really valued, and I want to let other people's work influence me. So it's been a lot of learning and fun. So I look forward to seeing what we can create together.
Excellent. Thank you, Sara. Yeah, as you said, we are a big organization, but it feels like a tight community. So
Feels good.
Yeah. Even though we're big, everyone feels really close, which is really.
I loved your presentation, and I love the way you opened the space for people. Just wanted to say that.
It's
great.
Thank you very much. I'm blessed. Thank you. Let's see, who needs to go? Larry, do you want to introduce yourself? Wait, hold on. Let me unmute you. Just give us a quick rundown. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you for providing time that my dog can sit on my lap. So she's very calm now. Thank you. I've been in the organization a little over a year.
Mm-hmm.
What I do for a living is, for the last 20 years, I'm a holistic healer. I work in energy, which includes Jinshin Jitsu, polarity, quantum touch, healing touch, Reiki master. I've recently became working for doTERRA, doing essential oils and lifestyle there. And the other thing is I'm a nature photographer. And next month I'm going to be giving a presentation for the first time on the pictures I have taken, which is something I did while I was healing from cancer, to put like meditation type messages into beautiful shots of nature, primarily flowers. And when you look at these, it's like you just let go of everything. Your mind just goes into the beauty of it, and it creates a peacefulness. And it's something new that I've done, and gotten some very good reviews on it. And eventually that could lead to a book or something like that, or more talks, but that's sort of where I'm at. Oh, hello. Okay, thank you. We needed that. Big hi, too. The other thing is, with this organization, I'm no longer looked at that I live in Salem, Massachusetts, and have a lot of cauldrons. It's working with people that not only are like mind with myself, or kindred spirit, but also I have found several people that have helped me with my health, whereas I never knew of these modalities before, and conversely, I've been helping others too. So it's more than just building a business. It's building a relationship. It's building friends. It's building a community. And it's also getting a little bit out of your comfort zone to say, hey, I'd like to have lunch with you, or can we talk on the phone? So I sort of get an idea as to what you do, and you never know. Like, I've given referrals to people, whereas I feel, for example, that some of the work I'm doing could be better helped by other people. So this is part of what I'm doing. I also love learning on the business calls. And tomorrow morning, we're going to have our breakfast in Denville, New
Coffee
Jersey,
in Denville, yeah.
which is actually one town over. It's at Rockaway. And we've got a wonderful lady, Donna, that's been helping us to facilitate the group. And I would say we've probably got about 12 good friends, good people, and we just invite, and it seems like it's growing, and it's very, very positive. And also when we do Spotlight, where we get to go to other people's offices and get an idea as to what they do. And it's been wonderful in as much as learning that, hey, there's more than just Reiki out there, or there's more than just massage, or there's more than just this. And I've learned so much from this. And also, I'm willing to drive an extra hour and go someplace and meet people in their offices to, again, learn and do an exchange. And I find that this has been wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you. That was terrific. We had, I don't know how it happened, but last month, it was like people started their own one-on-one challenge, which I think I'm going to roll into January and do something around that, where everyone just started meeting each other here online and then taking it offline and meeting each other for coffee. So that was kind of cool. So I want to do something. And even if we're not in the same state, to just do it on Zoom or something. That would be a fun thing to do. So I'm going to come up with a challenge so we can meet people out of our area as well. So thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
So Shira, do you want to go next? Let me unmute you. Okay.
Thanks, Larry, for reminding me that my new puppy was struggling with the older two puppies. Like, I kept hearing them scamper. I'm like, I better intervene there. So, hi, everyone. I'm Shira Adler, and I've been getting your email, Camille, for a while. I'm trying to remember how that happened, but in the last couple of months, I've definitely felt more drawn to responding, trying to get to something. And for some reason, maybe because Sara was going to be on the call and I needed to reconnect with my lovely healer friend, it just, this is the time that I actually clicked on register and followed through. My background is unusual, but whose isn't, right?
Right. We all have a journey.
If we were so typical in our, expressions. My background is really as a cantor, starting for, more than 30 years singing in synagogues. Like, I'm like the rabbi, but I sing. But I'm not really that much anymore. Very, very minimally. Non-denominational interfaith minister. Like, that was sort of the background. Spiritual counselor. I'm a certified past life regressionist. But all that is kind of who I used to be, and it informs, but isn't really where I am today, which is why I'm like, time for new energy. Like Sara said, you sort of take a step back, you go in, and then you explode back out. I'm an author, speaker, instigator, CBD expert, advocate. I speak on national conferences. I wrote a book and started a book tour, which is this bad boy. Hey, pretty pink cover.
Nice.
Yeah, and I have a CBD company. I'm the founder and CEO of my own company.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, oh my God, my head is going to explode with how much I have to do right now. And I feel this is such an important topic and such a buzzworthy everything. But if I don't pull in some support and connect and get that, what can I say? This is a whole different world. But I've been in it for years. It's just that it's so big now that I definitely need my support group and team, because I give a lot. I answer questions on social. I'm at events and doing all this stuff, but I'm not pulling in what I need to be able to do what I do on the outward expression. And I think that's what professional groups are so beneficial, especially in this venue and forum, because you get it. Everybody here just gets it. We all have that modicum of holistic quality in nature and different levels of experience. But I'm a media wellness personality and, whatever I am. But now I'm looking for my people to kind of keep me going, because I keep thinking as I get older, I'm going to slow down. I keep doing the opposite. So 3 dogs, a parrot, 2 teenagers. One of them's an indigo son. One of them's a daughter who just started college a year early. And, so yeah, the red hair covers the grays that would otherwise be completely, and I'm just not willing to go there quite yet. Yeah, but that's and I'm in the right outside of Katona, New York, and
Excellent.
would love to see things happen, Zoom, in person, groups. I don't know how much time I totally have, but I could get on a Zoom call on a Monday night. That was great. Good
Right.
time.
Right. And sometimes we do coffees. And that's
I'd
the
love that.
idea, to just do what you can do. And a lot of things are on replay too.
And it makes a commitment too. Then I know that if I say I'm going to do that, at least if I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. So it's, makes you follow through and do that. Oh, God, seriously. Can't make
Well,
this.
I am so glad you joined us today.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
having me.
you. So Sal, do you want to go next? Wait, let me unmute you.
Hey.
There you go.
So my name is Sal. I am in northern New Jersey. I work as a nurse full-time.
Okay.
And, I've been studying the last 3 years a modality that comes out of Australia that's Aboriginal-based. There's only a handful of us in the United States. It's kind of new to the U.S., but it's something that's widely popular, accepted out in Australia, even by the prisons, and the government has even kind of sanctioned the modality. In any case, has to do with, it's a holistic way of working with people with emotional, mental issues. I got involved in this, trying to clear my own mental and emotional issues, and I've been very successful with this modality. So I do work full time. I haven't really had the right direction for getting my practice up and running.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have not reached my potential with modality. I've recently started reaching out. I'm working with one social worker who's been slowly referring some clients to me. So, for me, it's about networking and learning how to run a business. So a lot of the things that you guys are saying with what you can offer sound like it really could benefit me.
Yeah. So do you work full time as a nurse?
I work full time, so it's been very difficult balancing both worlds.
So we also have, I'm not going to have it in December though. I was debating whether to get rid of it. It's called Side Business Struggles, which was an evening call about people that are living one life and they have this side business in the holistic world and they're trying to take that step.
Yeah.
Most of it was about cash flow and time management. But the time management wasn't working for a lot of people because they couldn't make the call.
I know it's tough. You've had a few things. Yeah, at the Excel Treatment Center, I really wanted to go to that. I couldn't get out of work to get out there quick enough.
Yeah.
I was upset I missed that, but I'm going to try to reach out to the people there anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So we do have a lot of stuff. And like I said, if you miss it, we have a whole resource center, especially for that 90-day challenge that so many people went through. That is, everything's recorded from the first call about how do we set goals, how do we move forward, all of our calls. And so anyone can go through that challenge at any time during the year and just go back and do that. So that's kind of nice. Yeah. So how did you hear about us?
It just happened to pop up on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
About a couple weeks ago. So
the social media. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Tanya, you're left. How are you? You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Tanya Williams, and I live in Fresh Plains, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And like many of you, actually, Camille, we connected back in Warren at a networking event sometime last year.
Okay.
I always had you in the back of my mind to reconnect with, and I think you popped up in my email about this call.
Okay.
But I am finishing up at IIN, as a couple of you are, and I'm a Reiki master. I am a holistic integrative health coach, and I'm currently enrolled in the School of Applied Functional Medicine.
Okay.
So I have a practice that I work with females that their thyroid function and adrenal chronic
fatigue.
Yes, that. And so I, work with clients on the phone, in person. So I'm looking for a tribe also to connect with like-minded people and some business direction also. But you again popped up on in my email, and I kind of, what everyone else is saying, feel like I could, probably see more about what's going on and connect with people.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We all know, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, that the universe doesn't make mistakes. So we're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Right? You're supposed to be here when you're supposed to be here.
I certainly agree.
Yeah. So thank you. I think we got everybody, right? Everyone introduced themselves. Excellent. So I think we've kind of covered everything that we do. We're so much a tribe, and new things are coming up every single day, as we're really run by the organization members. So when the members need something, we just create it and make it happen. So everything changes as we go forward and people ask for things. Like I said, the retreats and some overnights are going to be new this year. So I'm really excited about them that we're putting together. Another thing we have is a podcast. If you're not familiar, we do have a podcast that's going on. We release something new every Monday. You can look at that. It's called NLBP TV. It's a podcast, and it's me interviewing members and experts and anybody that might be interested in our community. We also have a YouTube channel also called NLBP TV. That's our video side. We have some member spotlights up there if you want to learn about members and who's membership. And now I just started doing some expert talks that we've had through our 90-day challenge. Those are starting to be released. We released the first one today on promotional marketing products. Those will be on our YouTube channel. And we actually interview our own members. And we started that just because as I was going through this organization, meeting all these amazing people, I was learning that no one really competed because everyone was trained so differently. So even though they had the same title, they didn't really compete in the world. And I just thought that people did such interesting things in creating their businesses around their authentic self that I started interviewing all of them so other members could learn who they are. And lo and behold, I had all of this content before I knew what content marketing was. So now I have all of this video library, and actually, I've been doing it since January, so I have 11 months of videos that I have just hired somebody to put that all together for us. So that will all start rolling out in the new year so we can learn who everybody is and see where that goes from us. So before we go, it's 8:19. We've been on the phone for a little over 45 minutes. Does anyone have any questions or anything, especially new people that are joining us for the first time? If you have any questions of me or any other member, you can raise your hand or let me know. Does anyone have any questions? Go ahead, Shira. Hold on, let me unmute you. Go.
So what is the basic foundational membership, or what's the structure? I actually don't really know anything about that part of it.
Okay. So we are a professional organization, so it's an annual membership. Mm-hmm. Right now we're doing what's called charter members. A charter member is anything until we get to our first 1,000, because at 1,000 people, we'll start to be considered a movement. And then we will have a voice in policy. So I'm trying to get up to 1,000 people. So right now we're at charter membership. I believe it's level 4. But anyway, right now it's $395 a year. What you come in at is the price that you stay at for the lifetime of your membership. It does tend to go up every 3 to 6 months. But right now we're at $395 a year, and it includes absolutely everything that we do, but now not retreats. But all of our masterminds, all of our Zoom calls, all of our webinars, any of our coaching, our programs, any of our events that we have, if we have the in-person coffees or if we do spotlight events somewhere else, we don't sell anything else, and we don't really charge for anything else. Sometimes we have holistic happy hours. You pay for your own food, your own liquor. But it includes absolutely everything we do. The idea of the community is to create community, to make it affordable so everyone can learn from each other. And we, if members are specialized in something, we ask them to give back in some way. And we are always looking for leaders in different areas to help coordinate what that might look like. Groups or run our coffees, but there's an agenda and we do that. And there's leadership calls that do that. Does that answer your question?
Thanks.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions? Or if any of our other members can answer them too? No? Good. All right. Well, I will end the call then. And I want to thank you guys for coming out and joining us. Like I said, it is the 4th Monday of every single month right here on Zoom at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And really, I'm just here to answer questions and talk about the organization and have you feel comfortable. For those of you that are new, if you have any questions after this, you can follow up on email to myself, which is Camille, CAMILLE, at thenaturallife.org. That is also our website where you probably went to register, so you're probably on our email list at this point. But if you have any other questions afterwards, please feel free, and I will follow up with each of you after this, probably tomorrow, just to see if you have any questions too. So I am going to say good night to everybody and end the call, but thank you for coming out. And hopefully I'll see you guys all soon and at our gratitude dinners coming around in all the different states. So thank you.
Bye, everyone.